Photographs, often cherished as a vessel of memory, can also harbour haunting narratives that transcend the frame. Today we venture into a selection of images where the captured moments give rise to chilling tales. Reminders that behind every snapshot lies a potential for darkness. These photographs serve as eerie portals to tragic or mysterious events. A stark reminder that the seemingly innocuous act of capturing a moment can unexpectedly lead into the realms of fear and sorrow. As we explore these haunting images, we are reminded that each photograph holds a story, and sometimes that story may be unsettlingly unforgettable. David A. Johnston sat, with legs extended, a notebook and pen resting on his lap, as he flashes a sunny smile towards the cameraman. The cameraman, Harry Glicken, once one of his own students. His demeanour exuded a mix of relaxation and anticipation, fitting for a volcanologist engrossed in the study of the stirring Mount St. Helens. Little did he know, within 13.5 hours, Johnston would meet his tragic end in the volcano's catastrophic eruption. Johnston's final moments were marked by his haunting last words broadcast over the radio to the nearby US Geological Survey Office. Vancouver, Vancouver, this is it. His remains, lost to the destructive force of the eruption, were never recovered. Ironically, Harry Glicken, who was originally scheduled to be on duty with him, monitoring the volcano that fateful day, had swapped a shift last minute due to an interview commitment. When news of Johnston's death reached him, Glicken was overwhelmed with grief. He immediately joined helicopter crews in a desperate search for survivors, continuing for hours until he was reluctantly grounded. In a cruel twist of fate, Glicken himself would later perish in a separate volcanic eruption in Japan, years after Mount St. Helens claimed his mentor's life. In the midst of a serene forest scene, a 300-pound black bear lurks just behind a fallen log, approximately 100 feet or 30 meters away from the photographer. The bear's posture suggests it's attentively tracking the movements of the person behind the camera. This haunting photograph was captured by Darsh Patel, a 22-year-old Rutgers University student, during a hike with 4 friends in the West Milford's Apshwar Preserve. What began as a peaceful outing took a terrifying turn when the bear, instead of retreating, started to pursue the group. In a desperate attempt to evade the animal, the friends made the harrowing decision to separate. When they reconvened, the group tragically discovered that Darsh Patel was missing. Hours later, police recovered Patel's lifeless body. It was a heartbreaking realization that the bear he had innocently photographed had fatally attacked him shortly after. Patel's phone, recovered with puncture marks, held the eerie image capturing the bear's last moments before the tragic incident unfolded. In a still frame from the 1970s television show The Dating Game, 2 figures stand side by side: Cheryl Bradshaw, the Bachelorette, and Rodney James Alcala, the contestant. At the time, Alcala was in the midst of a chilling murder spree that would eventually claim numerous lives between 1977 and 1979. His method was brutal and sadistic. He would strangle his victims until they lost consciousness, then revive them, only to repeat the torture before finally killing them. His precise number of victims remains uncertain, but he was ultimately convicted of 7 murders. During his appearance on The Dating Game, Alcala presented himself as a successful photographer, claiming his interest began at 13, when his father discovered him in a dark room. Between takes, he boasted of hobbies like skydiving and motorcycling. Despite this facade, Cheryl Bradshaw found him unsettling and refused to go on a date with him, bluntly labelling him as creepy. Following his rejection on national television, Alcala went on to commit 3 more murders, leading some to speculate that the humiliation of rejection fueled his subsequent crimes. His chilling story serves as a stark reminder of the deceptive nature of appearances and the darkness that can lurk behind a seemingly ordinary surface. In the photograph captured moments before tragedy, John Lennon is seen signing a copy of his album Double Fantasy for Mark Chapman, the very man who would fatally shoot him hours later. Unbeknownst to Lennon, Chapman had a gun concealed in his pocket at the time. However, he hesitated, unable to go through with his dark intent right then. Instead, he waited, lingering in the vicinity until Lennon returned home for a recording session later that evening. Lennon, carrying tapes from the studio, was ambushed and shot by Chapman upon his arrival. This act of senseless violence shattered the world's perception of the legendary musician and left a permanent scar on the cultural landscape. Chapman's troubled psyche revealed a complex blend of admiration and resentment towards Lennon. Initially an idolizer who revered Lennon's music and legacy, Chapman's feelings soured after Lennon's controversial remarks that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus. This statement, which Lennon intended as a commentary on the fleeting nature of fame and the misplaced priorities of society, deeply offended Chapman after he embraced Christianity. It fueled a growing animosity that ultimately culminated in a tragic and irreversible act of violence, forever linking Chapman's name with Lennon's in the annals of history. I apologise for the break in this video, but I would like to announce something rather spectacular. As you may have seen on the community tab, I have been working with a company called Degen Designs. They are wonders at laser engraving and custom artwork. They have very kindly decided to sponsor some giveaways I will be doing here on the channel, and this is the announcement for the first one. This month we have 1 top prize and 2 consolation prizes, and all you have to do to be entered into the giveaway is be a subscriber to the channel, like this video, and comment down in the comments. I will be using a random comment generator to pick out the winner. But if you would like to look into Degen Designs a little bit further, I will be leaving a link to their website in the description box below. The prizes will be posted on the community tab very shortly, so be sure to keep an eye. But for now, back to today's video. 2 divers pause for a photograph amidst the vibrant underwater world off the stunning Queensland coast. Behind them, starkly visible on the ocean floor, lies a motionless figure later identified as Tina Watson, whose tragic fate would unravel a harrowing tale of betrayal and suspicion. Tina Watson and her husband Gabe had embarked on a honeymoon trip to Queensland. On the fateful day of her death, they opted to explore the renowned SS Yongala wreck, a dive known for its challenges and depth. Despite their lack of adequate diving qualifications, they declined a guided expedition recommended by the dive company. During the dive, Tina encountered difficulties and descended nearly 100 feet to the ocean's depths. Gabe asserted he attempted to rescue her, but was hindered by an ear condition that prevented him from reaching her in time. After prolonged efforts to revive her on board, Tina was tragically pronounced dead. Suspicions surrounding Gabe intensified due to conflicting statements and unsettling revelations. Before their marriage, he had encouraged Tina to increase her life insurance policy, designating him as the sole beneficiary. This detail, coupled with Gabe's ambiguous accounts of the incident, prompted authorities to pursue manslaughter charges against him in Queensland. However, legal proceedings faced complexities and challenges. Ultimately, Gabe Watson's legal fate unfolded across 2 continents. While charges in Australia were dismissed, he faced legal repercussions in his native United States linked to the circumstances surrounding Tina's death, revealing a saga of love twisted by betrayal and suspicion beneath the sun-dappled waters of the Queensland coast. This seemingly ordinary selfie captured a moment of youthful camaraderie among teenagers Essa, Kelsea Webster, and Savannah Webster. Smiles and laughter adorned their faces, depicting a typical sense of friendship and joy. However, a chilling detail lurked in the background. A bright light, unnoticed by the carefree group, marked the approach of an eastbound Union Pacific train hurtling down the tracks. In a twisted tale of fate, the train rapidly closed the distance between itself and the unsuspecting girls. By the time the impending danger was realized, it was too late for the train's driver to halt its momentum. The collision that followed shattered the serenity of the moment captured in the selfie, transforming a cheerful snapshot into a poignant reminder of life's fragility and the swift, irreversible consequences of unseen circumstances. The incident serves as a somber, cautionary tale, underscoring the importance of vigilance and awareness in the presence of potential hazards, even amidst everyday moments of friendship and youthful exuberance. Frozen in time, a photograph from the 1950s captures Igor Dyatlov, a hiker and adventurer, amidst his beloved element, the snow-covered expanses of Russia's Ural Mountains. His expression carries an unsuspecting smile, reflecting his passion for exploration and the rugged wilderness that surrounded him. Tragically, Igor Dyatlov and his team would meet a grim fate in what has since become infamous as the Dyatlov Pass Incident. This chilling event unfolded under mysterious circumstances, resulting in the deaths of Igor and his companions in circumstances that continue to baffle investigators and fuel speculation. The photograph of Dyatlov, smiling amidst the pristine snow, stands as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of life and the unpredictability of the natural world which he cherished. It encapsulates a moment frozen in time before the tragic events that would forever alter the lives of those involved and cast a shadow over one of the most enduring mysteries in modern time. As we conclude our exploration of these chilling photographs and their unsettling backstories, let us remember the profound dual nature of capturing moments in time. While photographs preserve cherished memories, they also serve as windows into the eerie and tragic events that linger in the shadows of our recollection. May these tales remind us to cherish each photograph, for behind every snapshot lies a potential story that transcends mere imagery, a story that may haunt us or inspire us, but always leaves an indelible mark on our perception of the world. So as you capture your next moment, remember, every photo counts, for it may tell a tale that resonates far beyond its frame. Be sure to subscribe and like the video if you have enjoyed these eerie tales. Until next time, you don't have to be afraid of what's behind you.